Hari Om. Let's start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Kurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the Panchadashi of Vidyaranya Swami. We are doing the 6th chapter. Now we just completed last time the sloka 25. So we'll read that again. Sloka 25. Ayam jivo nakutastam. Ayam jivo nakutastam. Vivinakti kadachana. Vivinakti kadachana. Anadiravivekoyam. Anadiravivekoyam. Moola vijjeti gamyatam. Moola vijjeti gamyatam. Together. Ayam jivo nakutastam. Vivinakti kadachana. Anadiravivekoyam. Moola vijjeti gamyatam. Ayam jivaha. So, I am this Jiva, I am this Jiva. That means I am this individual. Kutastam kadachana. I am not that all-pervading consciousness, Ananda Swarupam. And Kutastam na viniraktam. And I do not know what is that you are talking about. That I am the pure Ananda Swarupam. I am only this individual. And I am Anadi Aviveka. This is called this Anadi Avivekam. That means this is the Anadi, beginningless, and Avivekam. This is the ignorance that is called, which is beginningless. Because we said every ignorance has to be beginning without any beginning. From the beginning I did not know who I am. Therefore I am a Jiva. I am an individual. And individual is born. And individual, when the body dies, the individual goes. That's how the whole Gitopadesa started, because Arjuna thought that he's going to kill, and the Guru and then the Pitamaha and all that are going to die. So that's why Krishna starts, Natvevaham Dyatunasam Natvam Neme Janadipaha Najaiva Nabhavishyamaha Sarvevaya Matah Param. There was never a time I was not there, there was never a time you were not there, and there was never a time all these kings that are talking about, they were there before, they are there now, and they will be in future also. So there is never a time I, so-called I, you or he, says, as was absent. Only problem is, I did not know, therefore I am born again and continue this life, and again will continue to next life also. It's called Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Jananam. So this cycle goes on. When did it started? It started from the beginning. From the beginning of what? From the beginning of whatever you think, because it is a beginningless ignorance. Ignorance has to be beginningless. And we gave an example of chemistry ignorance. When did my chemistry ignorance started? So I don't know chemistry. Since when you don't know? From the beginning I don't know. So it doesn't start. If it starts, that means I was knowledgeable before. Therefore, starting of ignorance cannot happen. Because ignorance started means there is a beginning before which one is already knowledgeable, or a knowledgeable person doesn't become ignorant. So ignorance has to be anadi. But it can end when the knowledge takes place. So from the beginning I don't know chemistry, but if I start learning chemistry, then the ignorance of my chemistry goes away. So even though it is a beginningless ignorance, it can end with knowledge, provided appropriate knowledge. So chemistry ignorance can only be removed by chemistry knowledge, and physics ignorance can only be removed by physics knowledge, and the ignorance of galaxies and all that can only be removed by the knowledge of those particular ones. And the ignorance of yourself can only be removed by the knowledge of yourself. So self-ignorance can only be removed by self-knowledge. And this is a problem. So not knowing chemistry may not be a problem. Not knowing about galaxies may not be a problem. But not knowing who I am is a problem, because in the process I take myself what I am not as I am. Since I don't know who I am, I take myself, I am this body, this mind, this intellect. And by nature, body, mind, intellect are limited. So therefore, limitations of the body and mind and intellect are superimposed on I am, and that's what we called adhyasa, superimposition of something other than what it is. And the sufferings of all the limitations, what we call desha kala vastu parichinnam, the limitations by space-wise, time-wise, object-wise, are superimposed on I am, therefore I am limited. But my nature is not limitations, because I am by nature is pure Satchidananda Swarupam, which is limitless and infinite. Therefore, I don't like the limitations that I am imposing on myself and assuming that that is real. Therefore, I try to solve a problem. How do I solve a problem? I want to become limitless. How do I become limitless? By gaining this, by gaining this, by gaining that. So I want that, I want this, I want this. So that's how the rat race starts. And when I want to gain something that may give me happiness or that may give me unhappiness, so I go only those that that gives me happiness, that becomes a raga, and I avoid those that gives me pain in the neck, that becomes a dvesha. These raga dveshas become likes and dislikes, form an impressions in the mind, and I go after what I like and try to get rid of what I don't like. And this is a continuous struggle in life, not only this life, past life, past life, past life, and all that. So it is what punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, jatare sayanam, ya samsara, called samsara. And they know it's a beginningless, but it can end if I know who I am, because I am taking myself what I am not as I am, and that is because of this called Mula Avidya. This is Anadi, and this Avivekam, this not having this knowledge about myself is there from the beginning, from the beginningless ignorance, and it is due to lack of discrimination. What is the discrimination? I am not able to separate I am part from this part. So I am part is coming from Kutastha Chaitanyam that we are going to discuss, and this part is coming from the Jagat, and I am mixing these two, what Swami Chinmayananda calls it as unholy marriage of these two is essentially the product is Jiva, and that is essentially due to beginningless ignorance, and therefore it's called Mula Vidya. Same Mula Vidya is talked about in a different way by other religions as the primordial sin or the original sin, and so on and so forth. So this is essentially the avidya that can only be removed by the appropriate knowledge. So Mula Avidya iti gamyatam. It has to be understood as the fundamental or the very basic ignorance. All other ignorance are ignorance of chemistry, ignorance of physics, ignorance of mathematics, but ignorance of what here? Say that's asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrutyurma amritam gamaya. So tamasoma jyotirmaya gamaya, please let me not be ignorant. That means let the ignorance be removed. Ignorance of what? It was not specified there. It is ignorance of this Mula Vidya only. So it is a prayer asking for to removal of the ignorance by what? Appropriate the knowledge that can remove it. So I am Jivaha, na kutastam. I am not the pure Satchidananda Swarupam or Kutastha Chaitanyam or that all-pervading consciousness and Vivinakti Kadachana, and I do not know what that is even. And even if somebody tells, I won't even believe it because I cannot see. I want to see if it is there. Chemistry ignorance, I can see the effect of it. But the other ignorance, I cannot see anything. Therefore, I don't even believe it if somebody says so. And that Vivinakti Kadachana, Anadihi, Avivekoyam, and along with it, the lack of discrimination to find out what it is also beginningless. Because if it started, then I will stop somehow. And this is called Mula Avidya iti Gamyatam. This is what is called Mula Avidya. So this is what word Mula Avidya is used extensively in the Vedic Vedantic literature. So now he is defining what is Mula Avidya. So I know what is chemistry avidya, what is physics avidya, what is Mula Avidya. Mula Avidya is not knowing your own fundamental, not knowing yourself, and try to solve that problem whole life after life after life. And that's what is quite the fundamental ignorance. We'll take 26 now. Vikshepa vrittirupabhyam Vikshepa vrittirupabhyam Dvida vidya vyavastita Dvida vidya vyavastita Nabhati nati kutastam Nabhati nati kutastam Ichyapadanam avruttihi Ichyapadanam avruttihi. Together. Vikshepa vrittirupabhyam Dvida vidya vyavastita Nabhati nasti kutastha Ichyapadanam avruttihi. So, avidya, this ignorance, which is defined about as a mula avidya, has two parts, has two components. So, vikshepa avrutti rupabhyam dvida vyavastita. So, there are two. One is vikshepa, another is avrutti. Avrutti means it's covering, vikshepa means projecting. So, non-apprehension causes misapprehension. I do not know what it is, and therefore I project what is not as it is. So there are two aspects involved. So vikshepa and avrutti, we'll go into more details later as we see. So avrutti is covering. So any ignorance only covers. Knowledge, according to Vedantic understanding, is knowledge is eternal, and what is ignorance covers it, and we have to discover. Discover means removing the cover. So when we learn something, we discover something. So scientists discover gravitational force. Gravitational force is all the time there, but ignorance was covering it, so he removed the cover, and once it's removed, knowledge shines by itself. So therefore, just like when the clouds are removed, the sun, the brightness of the sun, it becomes self-evident. Same way, the knowledge also is all the time, according to our scriptures, knowledge is fundamental, and the knowledge is essentially Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. That's the nature of the Brahman itself. But knowledge of is objective knowledge. That is knowledge of chemistry, knowledge of physics, knowledge of some other science. So each is qualified. It's called qualified knowledge, and any qualification makes it as an objective knowledge. And a pure fundamental knowledge is pure jnanam, which cannot be qualified because it is anantam, it is infinite. And these are all part of it is discussed by our Vedantic, the great sages. So vikshepa avrutti rupabhyam Dvida avidya vyavastita. So there are two types. One is vikshepa, another is called avidya. So here he is defining, and he will go into more details later. Nabhati nasti kutastha, nabhati nasti. I don't see any kutastam. I don't see pure consciousness anywhere. And therefore, you say nasti. Therefore, I don't believe it. It's not there. You say even the people, The atheists are, I don't see God, therefore there is no God. So seeing is a proof for the existence of an object. That's what obviously implication is. So nabhati nasti kutastam. So therefore it's not there because it's not known. Not only seeing, at least by knowing, I don't see quantum mechanics, but I know quantum mechanics because it's not necessarily objectifiable at the physical level, but objectifiable at the mental level. I can learn it because it is some science that I can, objective science that I can learn. So nabhati nasti kutastha iti apadanam avrittihi. So this avritti covering is I don't know. Basic fundamental is I don't know. Therefore I cannot see. So I don't know because I have no knowledge of it. So this is the expression of avidya. So do you know chemistry? No, I don't know. That's an expression of avidya. So any ignorance makes me not knowing that what it is that is covering that object. Let's go to 27. Ajnani vidusha pushtaha kutastam na prabujyate nabhasti nasti kutastaha idi buddhva vadatyapi Ajnani vidusha pushtaha kutastam na prabujyate nabhati nasti kutastaha iti buddhva vadatyapi. Ajnani vidusha pushtaha. When a wise person asks a person who doesn't know, says, when asked, hey, do you know this? So I say, obviously, fellow who doesn't know says, I don't know. So now, do you know chemistry? I don't know. Do you know physics? I don't know. So I don't know is an answer response by a fellow who doesn't know, ajnani, one who does not have knowledge of it. When somebody asks a question, otherwise I won't even know, do you know gaga boo? I don't know what it is. So I do not have the knowledge of gaga boo. Same way I do not have the knowledge of that kutastha chaitanyam. So ajnani vidusha pushtaha kutastam na prabujyate. So I do not know what you are talking about kutastha chaitanyam. What is the fundamental, the Satchidananda, the all-pervading Satchidananda Swarupam? You are asking this, I do not know. And nabhati nasti kutastam. Since I don't see it anywhere, so nabhati, I don't know, and I don't think it exists also. So particularly this is with respect to the Ishvara. People say, I don't see, therefore he is not there. And for me to know whether it is there, I have to see. This is a very important, the objective scientist definition. So, but he doesn't apply the same definition for everything else. Say, I don't see, therefore, do you see your mind? He can say, I know my mind, he may say. But what is exactly mind? He doesn't know. He knows brain, but he has to assume based on what it is that I can think, therefore I have a mind. And therefore, there are philosophers' definition of mind is different from psychologists' definitions of a mind. And is it a matter or is it not a matter? There's a big discussion if you go to Google and ask for what is mind. So they are all theories, which means they don't know. So nabhati nasti kutastaha. At the same time, they're using the mind to tell that I don't see God, therefore God is not there. For me to say God is there, I have to see Him. But according to Vedanta, if you see Him, then He is not a God. Because God, is being infinite, cannot be seen. So that, of course, the logic they won't agree. That's your belief. So nabhati nasti kutastaha iti buddhva vadati api. So therefore, if someone asks, this is what they respond. So that's how their intellect answers also the questions if somebody asks. So how does the ignorant appears to the all-pervading Chaitanya? Question is also, says, if I am, Please watch the question. If I am you said is coming from the Kutastha Chaitanyam, which is pure consciousness. And if I say I am ignorant, you are saying the Kutastha Chaitanyam is ignorant. How can there be ignorance in the Kutastha Chaitanyam? It is impossible, because the whole concept is wrong. And this is what essentially some logic they use. Because of that, the question arises here. Swaprakashe kutaha avidya, swaprakashe kutaha avidya, tam bina katham avruttihi, tam bina katham avruttihi, ichchadi tarkajalani, ichchadi tarkajalani, swanubhutir grasatyasau, swanubhutir grasatyasau. Together. Swaprakashe kutah avidya, tam bina katham avruttihi, ichchadi tarkajalani, swanubhutir grasatyasau. So, swaprakashe kutaha avidyaha. You say it is, I am is self-shining, because there is no need, you don't need to light, it is a self-revealing all the time, and it is all the time obvious that I am all the time we use. So, swaprakashe, and I had to illuminate other things, but I don't have to illumine myself because I am there. So even in a pitch dark room, I will give a simple example. In a pitch dark room, you see, if you are sitting there and somebody asks, hey, is there a chair there? I don't know, I can't see. I don't know it is there or it's not there. It may be there, it may not be there also. So existence or non-existence of a chair cannot be ascertained because I cannot see. For me to say that chair is, or for me to say chair is not, I should see. So these are one of the atheists also. For me to say God is, I should see, provided I can see, I have capacity to see. So they won't ask that question. So if we open, is there a space there? Do you see space? You think you see space. You don't say space only because you see an object and therefore deduce. Because space is defined as the gap between two objectifiable entities. So if there is only one object, you cannot see space. You are there and object is there. There are two entities, therefore you see. So to define space, you need two. To define time also, you need two. It's a gap between two sequential observations is a time, and the gap between two simultaneous observations is a space. And when you go to deep sleep state, there is no objects, therefore there is no space and no time also. Of course, you are also not there to say that you are conscious of it, but mind is not there to express it. So expressible mind is folded, but mind is subtle enough to observe the absence of everything there, subject-object duality, and that's why you can say, I don't know anything. I don't know where I am also, because spatial coordinates, I don't know even how long I slept. Only when I get up and look at the watch, then I can tell how long I slept. So time concept, space concept are disappearing in my own experience, but I am there. Why is I there? I say I slept very well. Therefore, I was there to sleep very well. So I am part is beyond space and time. And at the same time, I have no concept of any, I am not seeing anything. So here it says, Swaprakashe kutah vidya. So how am I there? How can I see in the pitch dark room? When you ask me, is there a chair there? I said, I don't know. If you ask me, are you there? What would be the answer? Oh, I don't know whether I am there. It's too dark. I cannot say whether I am there or not. You cannot say. Because I am there is self-existing and self-proven. So it is swataha siddham. So I don't need a light for me to know that I am there. I need a light to see whether chair is there or not, but I don't need a light to know that I am there. So therefore, swaprakashaha. That's why it's called swaprakashaha. So I shine myself. I don't need any illumination. I satyavasa sarvamidam vibhati. Because of my light only, everything is known. By light of consciousness, I can see because I am illumining that. And I am illumining this and all that. How come you are not able to illumine in the dark? Say, for me to know, first the light has to fall in, and light comes to my retina and forms an image, and I am illumining that image of the chair out there. I am not illumining the chair. My consciousness is I am part, and this in the form of a thought, I am illumining it for me to know I know this thought. Therefore, since this thought is nothing but attributes of the chair, therefore I know chair. And I know chair out there because I know spatial coordinates also. Therefore, I see there is a chair out there. Oh, because I know it. So all that process goes on. So I am part, we don't need any illumination, but this part I need illumination. So it's called Swayam Prakasha. In the Swayam Prakasha, how can there be avidya? Avidya is considered as a darkness, and the Swayam Prakasha is the consciousness is light, and the light and darkness are opposite to each other. Therefore, there cannot be darkness when there is a light. So that's the nature of the light. Light is dispels the darkness. So the Tejas Timirasangavatu. So light dispels all the darkness. Once I turn the light on, so where is the ignorance? Where is the darkness? Darkness goes away automatically. So Swaprakasha Kutaha Vidyaha. So when it is Swaprakasham, where can there be ignorance? That's a question that is posed because it's a logical question. Tam bina katham avrittihi. So without having avidya, what is the covering then? What is covering the I am part? So when you say, I don't know who I am, and I don't know who I am what? I am Satchidananda Swarupam, which is self-infinite, pure consciousness, and it's avidya is covering it because I don't know means the ignorance is covering it. I don't know anything because ignorance is covering. I don't know, we said I don't know what's gravitational force because ignorance is covering it, and ignorance can only be removed by the knowledge, which is like a light and darkness. And if it's already light, how can there be covering even? So this is a question that is posed. In fact, this is a question posed about avidya of the Advaita Vedanta by Bhagavan Ramanuja in his Sri Bhashya. In his interpretation of the Purva Paksha, there is a seven comments or 7 questions raised against the untenables, they call it. 7 untenables against the avidya concept of Advaita by Bhagavan Ramanuja in his Sri Bhashya. And it's a very famous one. It's called the Mahapurva Paksha of Ramanuja. And here he is talking about here, Swaprakashe is essentially the same aspect. Swaprakashe kutaha vidya. That which is self-shining, how can there be avidya? There he asks, Brahman being infinite, Brahman being Ishvara, according to them, how can he have ignorance? That's how the question was posed. How can Ishvara is ignorant? Advaita doesn't say Ishvara is ignorant. It's a Jiva that is ignorant. So we have to be careful. But Jiva is same as Ishvara according to your Tattvamasi statement. Therefore, the same thing has to be valid also. And that question is posed by the Bhagavan Ramanuja in that. So, Swaprakashe kutaha vidya tam bina katham avrittihi. So, how can that be avritti, covering of that? Ichadi tarkajalani. This tarkajalam is a network of the network of logic is posed, and it is intertwining log, and there is a Satadhushani. The 100 abuses against the Advaita Vedanta, mostly using an Avyanyaya, most of them centered on the avidya aspect. Ichadi tarkajalani swanubhutir nagrasastyathau. So this logic is at the level of discussion without realizing that I am experiencing myself the ignorance because I don't know. I don't know is I know. Say, how do you prove that I don't know chemistry? If you didn't answer any question, that is proves that you don't know chemistry. If I ask some question in chemistry, if you don't know, that means you don't know, you have ignorant about chemistry. So if you don't know about yourself, how do I know myself? How do you know yourself? Because I am this, this, this. That itself tells you you are ignorant. Why? Because I am the subject and this is an object. The very fact that I am taking that which is not subject as an object, which is an object as subject, which is confused between that, the confusion comes because of not knowing who you are and what is this. So whenever I say I am this, including the body or the mind or the intellect, this is an object and I am is a subject. So very fact in the statement that I am this, I am this, I am this, that's called Swanubhuti, and it is self-experience. Your ignorance is known and you are denying that. How can all these questions of logic are you are putting when you are ignorant of that? So question is, first educate yourself. Don't get lost in the logic of it is what is going to answer. With this we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.